Probably wanted to cash in on that late power play, but how important for the overall confidence was it to get the one?
It's important, I think, where we're at right now with it. Anytime that we can go out there and, especially at that point of the game where you're down a goal and that power play unit goes out there and puts one in. It lifts the team, too, is what it does, right? They go out there and they get a goal, and it helps the spirit on the bench. It lifts people up as opposed to, bringing us down. So that was a good sign. It was a positive sign to step forward. It would have been nice to cash in on the last one, but we really didn't get much going there in the last one.
Not necessarily the cleanest of games on either side. How big was it for you guys to be able to pull that out in the end and to really get both points?
Yeah, this is a tough league to win in, regardless of, the type of game. And you're right, it wasn't a clean game either side. It was a low-event game for a while there. Second period got a little interesting. We took 2 penalties back-to-back, and then there was a 4-on-4, so it picked up a little bit from there. But, you just stay with it in those type of games. You try not to deviate from what you're trying to implement, and the guys with the game plan stay with it. And for the most part, we did that. There's still areas that we have to clean up during the course of the game. Every game is going to be areas you need to clean up.
Joe, what you think of the shot by Zadorov there in the goal?
I liked it. I went in the back of the net. So I thought, he was engaged in the game tonight. He was physical, and he was just defending hard tonight. When he was on the ice, the opposition knew that he was playing, and the goal was good. We'd like to see more of that. We talked about that. We talked about D being shot ready, and there actually wasn't any. I don't think there was any traffic in front of him on that one. We were off to the side. We were trying to get there, but it was just a good enough shot where it went off the post. So.
Obviously, there's really good size on a pairing with him and Carlo, but what else do you like about them two together?
Well, I just think they have the ability to be a shutdown pair. Play against top lines. Z's, more physical. Brandon's hard to play against because of his reach and his smarts defensively. So, if those two guys can gain some chemistry and play against top lines, they're going to be an effective pair for us.
I don't know if you got a good look at the save on, but down 2-1, rebound out to DeBrincat, and Korpisalo makes the blocker save.
Yeah.
Just how important has he been, and not only tonight, but throughout the season?
Very important, a very important player for us. I think that, he flies under the radar a little bit with the start that he's had with our group, and he deserves a lot of credit for the way he's come in and played, and under tough situations sometimes. He doesn't always get, tonight he got the beginning of a back-to-back, but sometimes he doesn't. He may get the end of the back-to-backs, and he's just been really solid for us. He's really all you can ask from your goaltender is to give your team a chance to win, and he's done that on most nights.
Joe, does anything change philosophy-wise in overtime? 3-on-3, wide open, swings both ways. Do you coach differently at that point?
Yeah, there's not much coaching in 3-on-3. It's wide open hockey. It's pond hockey basically. What you are trying to do though is, you're trying to tell your team when you don't have the puck is just to stay above if you can. It's hard sometimes because odd man rushes happen quickly in those situations, but it's just about taking good angles. It's trying to stay above the opposition as best you can, and it basically comes down to man-on-man coverage if you're caught in your zone. So you just gotta, like I said, you gotta try to stay between your man and the net, and the offensive players are out there. They're gifted and they can make plays like we did tonight. So but there's not a lot involved in there as far as changing things or anything like that.
These early week games are sometimes hard to get into a flow. How important is it to just grind this out and get the 2 points?
Do you think we play better on the weekend?
Did you think it was a high event game?
Well,
Joe didn't.
They're a good team. I thought we started a little slow. We're a little sloppy with the pucks, but then we took over in the late first period. I thought we had a lot of goals on time over there. Then second period was a bunch of penalties. It was kind of in and out. Some guys were sitting on the bench for a while. You need to get the legs going. And I thought in the third, when they got a goal, we responded well. We would keep pushing and got a big W in overtime.
When you're trying to build momentum, is coming from behind and winning the way you won, does that help? Does that give you guys energy?
Well, it's different. Obviously, you're playing at home. It's a Regional 6 matchup. It's a divisional matchup. It's an important game for us. We know what we're playing for. So I think it's when you get behind, you want to see a response from the guys, and that's what we showed today.
You won 5-7 under Joe, and you guys talked about consistency, and it feels like you've been more consistent. What areas have you seen that take place, and what overall has changed?
I think we're playing with the passion. I think we're playing with pride. I think we're playing for each other. I thought we were disconnected before. That's what wasn't working. I don't think we fixed my checks and O's. I think it's the same system, same game plans. We're just doing that this time.
How much of that is you as well, kind of bringing that physicality like we saw tonight, and the speed, and obviously scoring? And do you feel like you've had more of an edge?
Yeah, I mean, it helps when, I mean, it's not only me. Like, I don't want to bring myself in there. I think all the guys, 5 on the ice, I think we're helping each other. If there's a breakdown, that's why we have a system. We rely on it. There's a layers. There's other guys helping. If one guy makes mistakes, other guy's going to clean up for them. So I think that's the main change from the start of the year.
He's wristing those pucks too. It's not like a big wind-up or anything.
No, yeah, he's done a good job of just getting it through. I think that's the most important thing. Sometimes it's not about how hard you shoot it, just making sure it gets there and, you know, giving us an opportunity, especially our unit with, you know, bigger bodies down low, trying to play a little bit more direct. So he did a really good job of that.
A lot of those tips are right around near the crossbar. How do you make sure that you're not
Too high.
getting too high?
I mean, I think if it's kind of 50-50, you just have to try your best to touch it and hope it's underneath. I mean, obviously there's some that get shot, you know, it's going to be a little bit too high, but I think for the most part it's my job to just try to touch as many as I can and, you know, hope it's low enough.
Justin, for a group that's trying to gather momentum, does the way that you won that game coming from behind, does that add something to it?
Yeah, I think so a little bit. I think, you know, we were just trying to kind of get to our game and, you know, obviously we didn't have it tonight as, you know, best as we had in the last couple, but, you know, good teams find a way to win and, you know, anytime you can do that in this league, it's obviously really hard to win, so it's a good thing for us.
You had one there that looked like was a close call with the puck coming across, but you're in the net with Husso, and
Yeah.
obviously you didn't mean to have that happen. So
Yeah, no, I mean, I just saw Beach beat his guy and, you know, I went to the back post hoping it got across and hit his stick, but, you know, things happen like that. So obviously it's my, you know, it's my job, it's my game to make sure I'm at that blue paint, especially when pucks are arriving. So I'm just trying to make sure I do that.
how do you avoid being in a situation where, you know, your big body, it's hard to miss the goalie, make sure you don't get that kind of a penalty that could easily come your way in a situation like that?
Yeah, I think obviously it's just kind of situational awareness. But I mean, a lot of the times if it's incidental contact, you're not really going to get a penalty. It's just goalie interference. I think, you know, sometimes it's a game of hockey. It's hard to get there. You know, obviously they're trying to stop you from getting there, but I don't worry about that too much. I just try to make sure I'm there as much as I can.
It seemed like a night where the puck was bouncing in front of you. There was some chances that maybe, you know, the goals that were scored against you, the puck was bouncing, and you could you get a good read on where the puck was going?
A couple bounces. They have some big guys who, you know, they crash the net and they throw pucks there. But I think we overall did a good job. So I mean, got some rebounds, but I don't think they had second chances much. Just, you know, the first goal was a crazy bounce and whatnot. So that happens.
On Zadorov's goal, I mean, I know you're at the other end of
Yeah.
this, but such a pretty intense one-timer. As a goalie overall, how difficult is it to stop the shot?
Well, he has a bomb, so I was in a shooting line. I saw immediately like, it's going probably in. You know, that split second, and he's got a great shot. I mean, puts all that weight behind that slap shot. It's hard to stop.
Are you feeling more and more confident with each passing week, every game you're playing, and when you have success like this?
You know, you guys are playing really well in front of me, and just I want to, you know, contribute as well, and just trying to do my best every day. And when going to games, you know, try to enjoy the games, and like I said, just do my best and see what's going to happen.